What if Deku was a demigod? Part 1. Before I do get into this video, I'd like to thank the editor, Duplicity. And now getting into this what if. We cut to Inko up in some type of cloud city, to where Zeus would then burst through into a room, yelling at Inko, saying he knows she's pregnant, and that if she wishes to stay up here with him, she's going to have to kill off baby. She would ask why, as Zeus would only just say it's an abomination to the gods up there. There cannot be a half god, half human. Inka would then just say, but I'm human too. Yes, but you're full human. This baby would be some type of hybrid, and that cannot be allowed up here. I'll give you 9 months to decide. Rid of the baby, or else. Now, over the next 9 months, Inko, would spend hours of each of her day just thinking, what should she do? But when that 9 months expired, she would end up putting Izuku in some type of weird orange cloud and then sending him down to the mortal realm, which she would then go tell Zeus she killed the baby, which in her mind she knows she didn't. Zeus would also know she didn't, but he was at least glad that she made the choice to abandon me and stick with him, but he just knew it would be a little harder for him to go and kill the baby himself, because he shouldn't go into the mortal realm and interfere with the whole mortal thing. Izuku would end up landing inside a forest, as one hero was tasked with finding out what this weird object was that just crash landed into the forest. Aizawa would go to find this small crater with trees surrounded by it falling down, as he would then see a crying baby sitting in this orange cloud-like thing. Aizawa would pick up the baby, as he would then just start walking away, leaving the cloud there, but the cloud would then follow him. Aizawa would immediately get flashbacks from a friend of his that had some sort of cloud quirk. Now, this would make Aizawa want to immediately adopt this child, seeing as it reminds him of one of his best friends back in his high school days that somehow just randomly disappeared. Now, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really. A lot of people think that this cloud person ended up becoming the Nomu Kurogiri. Now, from there, Aizawa would then go over to UA, as he would tell them about this strange baby that he just found there, and that this weird orange cloud keeps following him, and that he would like to adopt the baby. Nezu would say, okay, give him the paperwork, and it would then become official that Izuku was Aizawa's child. Now, from there, Izuku would grow up a pretty happy life, despite growing up with his dad being Aizawa. Well, kind of. Now, when Izuku was the age of 4, he would end up going to the quirk doctor's office, to which the quirk doctor would basically ruin Izuku's hopes and dreams of becoming a hero by telling Izuku it's not happening. He will never become a hero because he will never have quirk. Izuku would just wonder for a minute, because he somehow doesn't have a quirk, but yet this orange cloud keeps following him. The doctor would just say that it's some type of anomaly, and that they can't really solve it or explain it at all. Aizawa would nod and grab Izuku and just get in their car and drive away. But that same night, a thunderstorm would happen, and from there, that's where Izuku would somehow unlock his demigod powers that Zeus was able to lock away. Izuku would have been just looking outside his window, as he would see something blowing in the wind. He'd want to go see it because of his enormous curiosity, as he would run outside in the pouring rain and grab this paper/metal object. He would hold it up in the sky, stupidly because he doesn't know how kinetic energy and lightning works, as he would then be struck by lightning. This would probably be Zeus trying to, kill Izuku, but it would basically be the opposite and work against Zeus's favor. This would end up unlocking Izuku's lightning powers that had been locked away by Zeus himself. So basically, he just shot himself in the foot. Now, Izuku would go back inside feeling really weird as he would look down at his hands, as he would then touch his forehead and feel a zap on his forehead as he'd look at his hands to see it just crackling with weird lightning. He would run up to his dad's room, Aizawa, and show him Izuku's lightning hand, as Aizawa would then try to erase Izuku's cork, which it wouldn't do anything, as Aizawa would think maybe this is some type of otherworldly power. I mean, he did somehow land here from space with a floating cloud, so you never know. Now, from there, Izuku would grow up a very happy child. Now, no one would know he's corkless because they all think he has some type of lightning or cloud cork. Now, one day when Izuku was 12, he would hop on his Nimbus cloud, or flying Nimbus, as he would then fly to school, just smiling away, ready to end or start the school day. Now, people all around the town would know how happy Izuku was, but they would wonder why or how he's this happy if his dad would be Aizawa, who was really just the grumpy old man of the town. Izuku would end up getting into his class as he'd see Bakugo picking on some students. Izuku would just point at Bakugo and zap him with some of his lightning, as he would then walk up to Bakugo and put his arm around him, saying, "Bakugo, you know it's not nice to bully people, right?" Bakugo would go for a punch, which Izuku would easily dodge it. "You know that's never gonna work, right, Bakugo?" Izuku would say this as Bakugo would then look at Izuku saying, "Yeah, but I know I'll get that $20 from you someday." This would remind Izuku of the time he bet Bakugo $20 that he wouldn't be able to hit him. Now, if you're wondering how Izuku, it's only been 6 years since he was 4, how Izuku is somehow able to easily dodge a punch. Now, this is because as soon as Izuku got his lightning power, Aizawa didn't want to constantly see things getting burnt to a crisp by Izuku's lightning, so he set it out to himself to try and train Izuku. And now a quick ad break.
Are you interested in buying yourself some My Hero Academia merch? Some amazing hoodies, shirts with your favorite character on it? From Izuku Midoriya to Shoto Todoroki, Bakugo Katsuki, and Himiko Toga. Go click the link in my description box now and get some awesome discounts from 17% up to 48% off. They offer you free shipping as well. So, what are you waiting for? Link in the description.
Now that the ad is over, we can get back into this what if. Izuku would sit down as he'd wait for the school day to end. He would just be daydreaming like it was nothing. From there, the school bell would ring, signifying for all the students to go to their locker, grab their stuff, and leave. Izuku would grab his stuff as he would then be floating back to his house on his Nimbus cloud. He would go under an overpass as he would then hear something behind him, as if some type of sludge moving around. He would turn around to see a massive sludge monster about to pounce right onto him and try to surround him in his sludge. The Nimbus cloud would immediately float up very quickly, as if to try and let Izuku dodge the sludge villain, as Izuku barely holding onto the Nimbus cloud as it would instantly just start flying back to Aizawa's house, or Izuku's house, to try and get away from the danger. Izuku would look at the cloud saying, "Aw, why did you have to do that? It'd been a perfect opportunity to test my powers and strength, you know." From there, 4 years would pass. Izuku would end up being told by Aizawa that the UA internships are in just around 1 month. Izuku would be walking to go get milk from the store as he would then hear an explosion. he would look down an alleyway as he'd see the same sludge monster that Nimbus had taken him away from just 5 years prior. Izuku, feeling a little bit nostalgic over that one moment, would then just zap this Nimbus cloud zap the sludge villain as it would then blow up. But Izuku would then see Bakugo inside, so he'd run over to Bakugo, seeing him a little burnt because of it, but he still seemed fine. Now from there, Izuku would then train as hard as he can over the next couple weeks so that he could try out for the UA exam. Now, Aizawa wouldn't try to give Izuku a free pass into the exam because it's Aizawa. He would never try to give Izuku a free pass. He'd want Izuku to test his skills. So when Izuku would arrive, he would immediately walk into the Coliseum or auditorium to where President Mike would hand out paper tests that they all have to take. Izuku would finish it in the 3-hour time limit, as he would then walk out into some type of corridor, as President Mike would then start to explain what the next test will be, as this is the test to get into the hero course. Izuku would immediately perk up, seeing as this might be his chance to finally make it into his dream school and become a hero. The doors would open as Izuku would grab onto his Nimbus Cloud and immediately fly in, causing much confusion to the rest of the people there, as President Mike would then be forced to yell, "Go, go! Follow that kid!" As a hero, you shouldn't have to wait for somebody to tell you to go. Izuku would have already zapped a bunch of robots very easily, as he was just sitting on his Nimbus Cloud, just pointing at little robots, just zapping them with lightning, causing them to just malfunction and fall down dead. Now this would cause some confusion up in the teacher's lounge, as should they count that as defeating the robots? Yeah, I mean, it is defeating them as they're no longer active, but he's not destroying them. Nezu would then just say, well, yeah, he's destroying them, so let's just give him his points. Now, Izuku would continue doing this up until he'd hear a scream for help. He would look over to see a brunette girl trapped under a bunch of rocks, as he would then start to see the ground shake as he'd look up to see a massive zero-pointer. Izuku would then smile happily as he'd say, finally, something that I can fully test my skills at. Izuku would then put his hands on the sides, or just put his hands out as if he was trying to make a ball, as a yellow ball of pure lightning would form. Izuku would grow this ball until it was about the size of one of the robots, as he would then chuck it right towards the center of the zero-pointer. It would travel as fast as lightning, as it would hit the zero-pointer right in its chest, as it would then, like I was saying, the ball would end up hitting the zero-pointer right in its chest, as it would then blow up the zero-pointer into thousands of little pieces, as Izuku would rush over, telling the Nimbus to grab the girl, as it would, with Izuku protecting them from being hit by any falling debris. And that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy What If Deku Was a Demigod Part 1. And I'd like to thank the editor, Duplicity, and if you like the background music, check it out. Link in the description or in the comment section. I thank you all for watching once again, and goodbye.